There we are. So welcome everyone. I just want to do a very simple, one of the many explanations of psychology is the study of the mind and human behaviors. And so we've got many different kinds of ways to go about it, but a simple explanation is from cognitive behavioral therapy is our thoughts affect our feelings, affect our behavior. Okay, thoughts, feelings, behavior actions, what we're doing. And it starts from here, from the mind. A couple other theorists say, no, the feelings are first, and then the thoughts, and then the behavior and the action. To me, it doesn't matter because it's always, in this triangle. So this, what I want to say about yoga is the beauty is that we can kind of lift away from this triangle. And because it's kind of it's great to have positive thoughts, of course, realistic thinking is certainly better than negative thinking, and that's going to help us tremendously, and affirmations are going to help us. But the real beauty I find is when we can allow ourselves to be in the true witness observer, when we're not caught in this triangle of me and my mind and my thoughts and my feelings and my behaviors. We could zoom out and non-judgmentally observe. Because when we're in true observer and true witness, there isn't a judgment. There isn't a judgment about it. We're just witnessing and observing. So I'm going to invite you today in our practice to really allow and observe the body, the breath, the thoughts that come up, the feelings, the sensations, the actions in the body, but from ideally that non-judgmental place. And the mind will judge. That's part of what it does. So you just note that. Mindfulness labels it, name it to tame it. Okay, I'm judging. Let's come back into non-judgmental awareness, pure witness observer. And just see if we can even do this for like 1 minute or 2 minutes with our own beings here. And the more we practice this, the more it becomes, it's in us already, but then are we utilizing that? So I hope that makes sense. That's one of the themes I wanted to bring in. And to be honest, there are times when I'm more in that zone and times when I'm so not in that zone that I have to remind myself to come back. All right. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to ease back a little bit, and we'll do our breath of joy. So I'm on a ball now, so if I'm using you bouncing, it's because I'm on a ball. And we'll just take our hands before we even do the breath of joy, crossing out the thumbs and breathing into the heart, closing your eyes and noticing the breath. If you want more release, you'll exhale through the mouth. Slow inhale, belly, heart expands, collarbones lift. Exhaling either through the mouth or the nostrils. Remember to take the breath prescription you need today. Lengthen the exhale for calmness, increasing the inhale for energy, or that balanced breathing. And the metaphor I say again and again from Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, is the individual wave is returning to the ocean of spirit. Really can't be separate. And we can hear that oceanic sound. We are 72% water. We are the 5 elements. So that fluidity, we want to incorporate that in our movement. And if you have an intention you'd like to set for the practice today, let that speak to you in the language of your heart. Holding a return to wholeness for all of us. Already free, already aware. It's our mind right? That takes us off in all these different directions, but we could bring it back and we could witness and observe and allow ourselves to just breathe and be, okay? Non-judgmentally. Hands to the heart, breath of joy. We're gonna interlock and we're gonna exhale and round the spine, tucking the chin to the hollow at the throat. Oh, letting go. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. We keep the shoulders pressing down, slight bend of the elbows, and then feel the space all around you. Interlocking behind you, lifting the heart, eye gaze up, shoulders away from the ears. And when you're ready for the exhale, that rounded spine again. And the in phase, going within. Hands in namaste. We'll do that one more time. Interlock. Exhale the tension out, or the emotional fears, anxieties, stress, worries. Inhale, sweeping up, opening up to light, wisdom, joy. This is the breath of joy. Feel the space all around you. You can interlock in a slightly different way, slightly different grip, and heart lifts or hands by your side. Eye gaze up, open through the throat, and then releasing the arms out to the side and letting the arms float down. And just observe. Breathing in, breathing out. Bringing the right ear toward the right shoulder, left arm extends out to the side. I'll go back onto my mat for this. And you're going to bring your hand over to the side and really stretch through that side of the neck. So the hand's on the same side of the head that the arm is extending. Opening up the huge sternocleidomastoid muscle and trapezius. It gets jammed up. It's one of our holding places for sure. And inhale, lengthen and grow. Exhale, and the opposite arm come down by your side. Bring the left ear to the left shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear. And the arm comes up. And you decide if you want the chin up slightly or down as you feel that radiant sensation streamlining down through the side of the neck. Deepen the exhale. That's going to be more of a potent release for physical tension and emotional tensions. Notice the difference on each side. They're different qualities. You know, the right side is the solar side, the left is the lunar. Lunar is much more observer, witness, and the right solar doer. We need both. Lengthen up. Release the hand down and then bring the hands behind the back of the neck, interlocking gently. Lifting the heart and opening the elbows, wings of joy, and then exhale that rounded again. Drawing in. Do this again. Inhale, stretching up. A little bit like a breath of joy, but we're interlocking with our hands at the back of the neck. And then exhale, rounded. And then one more time, opening up, reaching our arms up, palms face up, shoulders pressed down gently. And we're going to add a twist here. We're going to bring our arms out, flowing out to the side, twisting from the core toward that left knee. Left hand comes behind you, right hand on the left knee or on the right knee. Twist. What are you twisting out? Name it to yourself. If there's a worry there, you're releasing it. You can come pulse back on the inhale, or you can just stay in that twist, chin parallel through the floor. Inhale, coming back, floating the arms open. So say it's fear you're releasing. As we exhale to the other side, twisting the left hand on the left knee or the right, and the opposite hand like a kickstand. What are you bringing in? So name your opposite, what you're bringing in. So a couple of them, the opposite of fear, trust, faith. It'll be okay, whatever that is for you that you're bringing in. Oh, it's so great to see the lavender and the cat. Tigger. And looking at the plants and the trees. And as you come back, open up, expand those wings of joy, open the palms, and then bring your hands behind you. So I'm going to have the fingertips pointing away, the heart lifts. If your neck's okay, you bring the head back and bring your lower lip up above your upper lip as you're breathing through the nostrils, really stretching through the front of the neck. Reflecting on your throat chakra. Our ability, it's actually the center of calmness. It's very interesting. How are we noticing, and just reflecting on how, in general, the communication has been. How you've given it, how it's been received. We can't control the receiving, but we can certainly connect to our heart and through our throat, our center of love, unconditional love, and let that come through in our expression. And then lowering, okay, chin parallel to the floor. Just notice, let's go into the thumb, index fingers, mudra, what we're doing, yoga, union, non-separation. Individual self really can't be separate from the infinite, the ocean. The wave can't be separate from the ocean. And breathing deep into the belly, the root chakra, safety, security. Second chakra, creativity, expression. Now we're going to get the legs moving now. So drawing in and taking I'm using a blanket for underneath the knees. Do a Pilates move here. We've done many times. So knees are underneath the hips, the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Let's do a little side to side, little hip sway, head moves, neck release. You either look behind that shoulder or not. Not flow. That's just in honor of the cat. That many of the yoga poses are emulated, as you know, after animals. We're going to exhale and do the rounded cat. And then inhale the scooping out. Really feel all the chakras opening. All the petals of the lotus flowers opening. Eye gaze up. And then neutral spine. Neutral spine. And what we'll do is we'll bring in that left knee just an inch or two. Extend through the right leg. Lift the right leg straight up. The left arm extends out in front of you. Palm faces the center. And you can stay here. This is a balance pose. Or we can fold in, drawing the left elbow toward the right knee. And then extending out. And just expansive. Allowing everything to be here. Maybe you're wobbly. It's okay. Can we not judge it? Can we just note that? Allow everything to be here. 3 times. Extend out. And observe as that left hand comes down, right toes curl under, press back. Really feel that right hamstring. And before we go to the other side, we'll take a full body stretch of our wonderful downward facing dog. We'll go. So lifting the tailbone up
And take your time here, really stretch it out. With sound of the breath, perhaps. I'm treading, I'm feeling the opposite, the right leg, left arm. Really letting go deep in the belly. And then switching when it feels right to you. Left heel, really stretching that hamstring, right arm, more so. Back and forth at your pace. Invoking, inviting that calm energy to radiate through every cell of your body, every fiber of my being. Bowing to the wisdom of the heart. And I love to do this one. I don't always say it in class, but I like to do what's called the belly smile. You move over to that right corner of the abdomen and press the weight into that right side of the body. And then when you feel ready, you shift across between the pubic bone and the navel over to the left side. Left arm, left leg, and you just do this belly smile, side to side, a couple times. Feels great, and really allowing ourselves to be in this longer than maybe you're used to. Okay, and then at some point we land evenly, and we let both knees touch down again. We go to the other side. All right, so we will extend our left leg. It's going to be different. Lift the left leg up. And the right arm and the palm faces inward. Now this could be your pose. You could pulse with it like this. Or you could fold in with that right elbow to left knee and then extending out. So begin phase, allowing, observing what's happening, and then beyond the extension out into the world. And then folding back in. One more, extending out, allowing everything to be here. I'll say that again and again as we witness and observe. As we turn the left toes under, really press back through that heel, really open through the hamstring. And when you're ready, you guessed it, we're gonna lift that back toward the down dog. At your pace, at your style, you can be stable. Draw the navel to the spine, press into the base of the fingers. Calm energy. You can circle the head gently. Radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. All right, and then let's take our time. Take one step, then the other, and then one hand print, then the other back toward the body, another one, large toes turn in. Let's rest, soften the knees, and let the hands, palms up, fold into the hollows of the elbows. As you relax and cast aside any mental burdens, those unnecessary worries, stay with it, with the blood flow to the brain that aren't necessary, but that come in. It's really interesting to see them come in. And then when we are aware of them coming in, we want to release them out. Okay. All right. Now from here, we're going to either roll up, shimmy, shake up, jump tucking. That's too much on your spine. You'll come straight spine up from chair pose. So I'm going to shimmy, shake up. Coming up, letting the heels go up and down into our mountain pose. Yay. So the crown of the head is opening to the elements, the sun, the moon, the stars. Okay, the 1,000-petaled lotus chakra on the top of our head.
A lot of the psychology deals kind of with the head down and the 5 elements, very important to be functioning in our world, but then that important, we really want to transcend some of this at times, our everyday life. We want to be in it and then being able to transcend it. And that's the upper chakras. And that's the point between the eyebrows and the crown and the ego where it's all stuck back here. So take a moment, place your hand at the back of the neck, massage it. The me story that gets into some hard psychological stuff and some challenging circumstances as well. But we can anchor back to our true self at the point between the eyebrows. Stand out in front of you, just slightly above, like on the horizon, but higher. That's it, spirit, the spiritual eye, the sun. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart. Yield into the earth, root down, and feet no wider than hip width apart. I'll bring mine in a little bit. And we're going to do our half moon standing. We're going to reach up, feel the space all around us, interlock. This is called Shunya Mudra. The middle finger extends, the other fingers wrap, okay? And that's a wonderful tool of our mudra as we extend to the side for transformation of those stuck energies. As we arc over to the side, to the right side, the left side opens, and we open to strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Tailbone down, try not to overarch the back there. Feel the feet, especially that left side, lunar side, witness, observer, non-judgmentally. Inhale, lengthen up. Ooh, add those W arms, bending at the elbows, gentle back bend. Take a moment before we go to the other side. Back to Shunya Mudra, middle finger thumb. Notice how that feels. As you breathe in, feel that earth energy, the root chakra, the first, second, third, power center, the right use of power in the solar plexus, aligned with the divine of the heart, wisdom, compassion, expression through the throat, the awareness of the spiritual eye that we're already whole and free and open through the crown. So just feel the breath's movement as it circulates through the chakras in our standing mountain pose. Open and receptive to what's here, what's whole, what's free. As we inhale, when you're ready, sweeping the arms up, middle finger extends, the other fingers and thumbs wrap. Use our shoulder down slightly and arc it over to the left. Tailbone down. Eye gaze could be gently up. Once you have the pose, a physical pose, we add the powerful affirmation. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body cells. And really expand into that right side. Opening up. And of course, that naturally, as we affirm the strength and courage, it naturally releases the unnecessary worries and fears. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale those W arms. And then releasing the arms down by our side again with the Shunya Mudra. Middle finger and thumb. It's calming and transformative. That seems like an opposite, but it calms us, it roots us so that we can rise to our return to our true self. A lot emptying out of this overactive, overthinking, overanalyzing. It can be mind, it can be very useful and problem solving and wonderful, but can also get a little bit too busy. At least mine does, at times. Okay. All right, let's keep flowing. So we are going to, we've worked with the chopping of and the chair pose of, again, name entertainment of maybe something you're feeling that's uncomfortable, some type of insecurity. So we'll come into our Uttasana chair pose, bending the knees, reaching up. It's a strong pose. We're going to chop whatever it is that may have kind of gripped you here. Let it go. Inhale, sweep it up. We'll do 4 of these. Exhale, releasing insecurity. Breathing in, exhale, impatience, and general tensions. One more. We'll be breathing in, exhale, and we rise up. We're going to rise up off of our heels when we come to the front of the mat and swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. Hinging, forward fold, shake it out, little raise, casting aside any unnecessary mental burdens and replacing that with love, wisdom, compassion. Let's bend the knees and giant step the right foot back, classic lunge. Okay, left knee, left ankle perpendicular, lift the heart, lift the head, stretch through that back leg very strongly. 1 rounded cat. We keep flowing back and forth here. And then inhale again. Come on top of that right knee. Turn the left foot out to the side and walk it out to the side. So right here is quite a stretch. If you want a deeper stretch, you bring, if your body's able to do that, you bring your forearms down. Again, what can you allow? That, not judging. And then I like to rock side to side a little bit. Opening up those hips. First, second chakra, safety, security, stability, creativity, expression. And a little bit, I'm going to show a little bit different variation, a fun one, I think, coming up. I'll turn around to show you. So what it looks like is we're going to bring see if this could even happen, bringing our hands over to this outside of the knee and stretching this way. Oh, it's really getting a stretch. If that's too much, let's add our classic twist. So you can use a block by the instep. In fact, I'm going all to this, like other ones probably too much. Maybe stacking the shoulders, easing those hips down. Head to tail connected, pulse several times. So it's our bent knee lunge twist. Again, what are we twisting out? Sure, we're twisting out some tensions, emotional and psychological, and maybe something's connected to our circumstances. What could we add in instead? Let that hand come down, and let's just take a moment and drape over in pyramid, stepping that back foot forward, cascading over that extended leg, left hip back, right hip forward. So I bow to the wisdom of my heart. Head, the overthinking, the fixing, all that, we're just letting that rest and breathing and allowing. Opening to the deeper heart's love and wisdom and compassion. And then from here, we bend that front knee. And we're going to come up. I'll turn back around again so I don't get myself confused. All right, we're going to come up. I'll angle over. And we're going. This is strong. We've done it before. We're going to bring that back foot in a little bit. And if this doesn't work for you, keep the back leg straight. Otherwise, you're going to pulse down with the knee and the arms. I attune my will, do this several times, to the source of all power. So you can keep that back leg straight, or we can do some pulsing. You're gonna add the middle finger thumb, Shunya Mudra. I attune my will to the source of all power. The last part of this is we bring our forearms toward one another. We reach up and we flow through. We let the arms come down as best as possible. Step back to our friend, the downward facing dog. Treading, belly smile. Let's add a ripple. We are that wave. So we ripple, plank leg, and we roll it back. We ripple, plank leg, bend the knees, we roll it back. Now this next one, before we go the other side, we come into plank and 2 push-ups if possible. Elbows by our side. And let's puppy pose it. Knees down, stretch the arms out. Hairline, spiritual eye toward the floor. Belly breathing. Coming onto our forearms, into a forearm plank for a couple breath cycles before we go into our Cobra series. Okay, so forearm plank. Strong. Knees come down on top of the knees. And then belly touches down. Unfurl the toes. You get that feeling of a side to side here, just like we did in our down dog, but in our Cobra. Now we're rocking side to side. And then notice the difference when you lift the elbows and we get more of that twist and rotation. Should feel pretty good. Fluidity. And then before we do our full Cobra, let's take a moment. It's called earthing, grounding. We're literally coming down to connect to the earth. One hand stacks on top of the other. Spiritual eye rests on the hands. Soften the shoulders and breathe. I'm turning my head to the side. You do what feels comfortable. Really let your belly expand, your back body as well. And just feel that wonderful support of the earth. As many people, they may or may not know it, like to camp and they get closer to the earth, right? You get closer, you hug the earth, earthing it's called. It's recommended 20 to 30 minutes a day in contact with the earth, gardening, hiking, really just feeling the earth underneath you. The earth element, we are, of course, a part of that, a very big part of that. Well, the water is 72, the earth is and fire and air and our other qualities that compromise the other portions and lesser, but still very important to connect. All right, let's rise. Let's rise not all the way. We're actually going to feel our legs extending strong, but then more of it in our hands and arms. So we're going to pulse a few times in our Cobra and Bhujangasana. Heels of the hands come, they're not going to move, but they draw back toward the hips. As you inhale, you rise up, pubic bone still on the ground. So feel that leg and arm strength. And then exhale, rippling back down. This is why you don't want to eat before yoga class. You have a liquid smoothie. Inhale, pulsing up, heels back. Shoulders away from the ears, we don't want that. Oh, all the chakras are opening. And easing down. Ready to meet the opportunities of the day. Now you can rise up. This time I bring my hands a little bit farther back. I'm going to choose to come off of the knees. You can stay on the knees. Lengthen through the crown. Stick out the tongue. Open through the throat. Breathing in, breathing out. And you don't come back down. We go back with the hips. Walk the hands back into the opposite rounded cat. Coming into neutral spine, back to down dog. Stretching it out. Calm energy radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. If you want to ripple, you can come to plank and ripple back. Or stay in down dog. And we're immediately just going to keep the flow, Vinyasa flow yoga. We're going to look at the hands and then that right knee, it may need to step. Take your time, use blocks, do what works, allow what works for you. As we pulse up, belly, heart, head. Strong through that back leg, exhale round. And so much of the yoga philosophy is observing, witnessing, without judgment. Can we do that for 10 seconds? As we come down on top of our left knee. You can stay here, rocking side to side, opening deeply those hips. Or you could turn those right toes out and walk the foot out even more. Easing. Using a bolster perhaps, or see if your forearms do or don't want to come down. What does your body allow you to do? Breathe into it and breathe into any holding areas, any tighter areas. Allowing space in those areas. Compassion, healing. And then we're going to add our bent knee lunge twist. So walking this right foot back in, turning the left toes under, using a block if you like for that left hand, the whole torso twist, and then the arm reaches up. Stacking those shoulders, easing the hips down, press through the large toe, second toe, that back foot. What are you twisting out? What are you releasing and allowing to let go? You look up, you can look, I like looking straight ahead, the neck, look slightly down. You'll know when you're complete. Bringing the hand down. That back foot steps forward rather, a couple inches as we rise up. Inhaling, coming up. Now I'm going to track that knee over the second toe and find your maybe widening, stepping back, see what feels right to you. Because we're going to do that knee down variations, more intense. If that's too intense, you keep your back leg straight, okay? We're going to rise up, shoulders down like we're holding weights, okay? Exhale. I attune my will to the source of all power. I'm going to add, forgot the Shunya Mudra, with the thumb, middle finger, the other fingers extend. 3 or 4 times. I attune my will to the source of all power. This last one, we bring our forearms toward one another. And then open the heart, and then reach up, step forward, feel the space all around you. And now the thumb index finger, we just take that in, back to mountain pose. Open through the crown, connecting to the earth. Feel those lotus petals of each of the chakras opening up with the breath. And see if any of the chakras need a little more energy, maybe you're feeling powerless about something. You can place your hand on the third chakra here, and you can invite the heart energy to soothe and inquire what could be helpful to that part. You feel out of control, powerless. What would be soothing there? What would be healing? What would be the wisdom, higher self, if it could speak? What would it say to this other part? So you decide which part you want to send energy to. You're bringing the chakras in alignment with one another, which is the natural state. We're returning to that natural state. Okay. So I'm looking around because we've done kind of a balance on two legs, but haven't done our classic balance pose. So I'm going to suggest either the wall or a chair. I'm going to demo with the chair because if I use this part of the wall, I'd have my back to you. So I'm just going to grab this chair now. It's a good water break time. It's been a while since I cued this. So what we're going to do, so I'm going to, here's the wall. You can bring your elbow straight in front of it and bring your foot to the wall straight out from the hip. Or we're going to, you're okay with putting your feet on the chair. We're going to balance. So right away, the left foot is rooting down and the right leg is lifting up. We're already in a balance pose. Taking our time. We're rotating the right ankle. We're reaching underneath our thigh and we're resting it on the chair or the wall. But we're still, that's helping us get a sense of balance. We're drawing that right hip down and we're bringing the hands to the heart again. We're stretching up and we're reaching forward, hinging at the hips, hinging at the hips. Heel the right toes back. Okay, so both hands maybe, or use a strap. I forgot to cue the strap. Just have your props accessible. This is stage one. Stage two is to sweep this arm back. See if your body wants to do this. Turn the palm forward, and we're adding a twist in our extension. So yes, we're resting our foot on the chair or the wall, but you're still getting this sense of anchoring in the divine self as we're in a balance, somewhat of a balance. And then we come back and we challenge our balance again by lifting up just enough to transition, lifting up, bending that knee, and then sweeping through into warrior three. So using the wall or the chair, I need to reach it out here. Warrior three. As I move through life, I'm anchored in the divine self, or if I lose balance, I can come back, I can return. Then you come back. Breathing in, breathing out in our warrior three with a prop. And then we're not going to overdo it. We're going to bend the knee. We're going to step forward. Thank you, chair or wall. Coming into our mountain pose. So you can just face forward. The chair. Notice how that was for you. Swirl it out. Take it out. Witness, observe how that was. Allow it. Everything that just happened to be here. All right, and let's have fun on the other side. So we're gonna root down through our right leg now. Take your time to lift up. Here's our balance. Rotate around that left ankle. And then we're gonna lift the knee, balancing, reach underneath the thigh. Extend that leg so you can hover for a moment or stay. And then you can ease onto the chair or the wall. You're pressing your feet into the wall. We're bringing the hands to the heart. We're lengthening and growing. And then we're coming forward, hinging at the hips. Using the strap, peeling that left toe back. Okay, likes to peel forward. Doing the hamstring stretch. Once we achieve that, then we add the twist. So the upper body lifts up and we twist. And we face the other side. I get to expand into the garden. Anchored. As I move through life, I'm anchored, ideally in the divine self. That ocean that's here on the wave that is connected. If we get separate, we can come back. If that feeling of separation comes, we can return. And then we slowly come back. Ooh, great. And then we keep going with this warrior three. So we slide that foot back. And we sweep back, and I'm going to move the chair. Hopefully your chair moves, or you can just extend the arms so you don't have to move the chair. And we're feeling, reaching back through that left leg, really stretching out in our warrior three. That moves through life, anchored in the divine self. Affirming that, allowing ourselves to just know that we are that individual self connected to something much greater. And then we soften the knee. We go forward, we step, step, step. We take it in. And because that was such a, focus, we're going to swirl it. Add fluidity. And let's bring the arms. So we start with the arms down, and then we gradually kind of bring shoulder width. Someone's trying to peek out. It's there. It's like within us, if the spiritual eye is always here, and sometimes we don't feel it or see it. But our practices help us return. Okay, we move the chair out, and start to do some floor work. Just checking in on everybody. Very good. Hi. Okay. So we're going to come down onto our backs, but via a squat pose. I'm going to grab a drink of water here. And remember, I've said it many times, every time we can remember to just really consciously drink that water, 70% selfish water. Thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna come down and release onto our back. So turn the palms up, bend the knees, lift the heels if this is accessible for you. And then we bring our arms down by our side. And we come down. I'm looking for the strap as I cued everybody for theirs. I will grab mine. You're going to ripple down. You're going to tuck the low back under, shimmy, shake down, back, low back, mid back, upper back. Arms reach up overhead. Feel the space all around you. Angel wings swirling out to the side. Fold those knees in, 8 meters, inner borders of the feet together, knees apart. 3 times one direction. And 3 times the opposite. Happy baby, reaching those knees to the shoulders, reaching the hands on the inner arches, moving from side to side. Relax across the low back. Always optional if you wanted to extend one leg at a time.
and then come back, and then extend the other, and then come back. As you're doing this, I'm going to grab my strap that's a little bit farther away from my mat. Don't follow my cue. Just express, okay. And we're going to do that wonderful, luxurious extension of the legs to the side. So here we are, taking our strap. So we come back into the knees to the chest. Our strap is extending around the ball of the foot. And then if you have low back issues, you keep your left knee bent. Otherwise, we extend that left leg, peel the toes back, and just make a small circle here with that right foot. Just preparing the hip opening. So a wonderful opening. Shoulders away from the ears. Open the right leg out to the side. Keep the left hand on the left hip bone. I like to cue this all the time. It's not about crunching that leg way high. You'll feel a restriction actually in the right hip. You open it out to the side. You get a greater opening. You can use your hands to feel that hip bone opening up on the right side. You can choke up on the strap so you're not jamming into your shoulder. Heart open to that unconditional love. A witness observer. Watching yourself from the mountaintop, non-judgmentally, as we sweep the left arm up overhead, relaxing the head to the side. Divine life flows in me and is all around me. Maybe this is your affirmation for the day. Divine life flows in me and it's all around me. Arm coming back out to the side, engage the core and lift that leg. Switch the grip. Draw your right thigh away from you and we cross the midline of the body. Keep drawing that top thigh away, choking up on the strap with the left arm. Roll the toes of the left foot up so you feel the core really engaged with the heart wide open. So the root chakra contained, safety, security contained, and then when we feel safe, we can open our heart more, of course, right? That safety is so key, security. And that divine security as we sweep our arm up and over and back. Divine life flows in me and it's all around me. And breathe that affirmation, that truth serum, every cell of the body. 3 wonderful or 4 swipes of the energetic flow as we contain the core. Lift that leg up. Let's add a little bit of a crunch here. Exhale. And we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to take that left leg and bring it around the strap. Descend that right leg down. Hold down with the left hand, circle. Hand on the right hip to stabilize. And of course, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to open the gate. It's called opening up. Keep energizing through this right leg. Don't let it be too passive. Choke up on the strap. Don't crunch so that the circulation doesn't flow as good in the hip. Open it up. Open the heart. You can stay here and breathe. Really expansive pose. You can use a wall if you're a block to rest that left foot. And then here we go with the sweeping, the flowing of the arm above and the neck going along for the ride as we affirm divine life flows in me And it's all around me. And you may want to look and see a couple objects if you get to see out the window. Got this blue sky starting to come through the clouds and various birds flying quite beautiful. Engage the core when you're ready. Literally see the divine life and feel it within as we engage the core and switch. So the right hand, draw that left thigh away. And we're going to slowly descend. The right toes are pointing up to activate the core, strengthen the core, choke up on the strap, open the heart. Press with the shoulders, press with the elbows, widen the heart. Breathe into it, feel the spaciousness there, especially the back of the heart, as we know, the more long-term difficult emotions can get stored there. Sweeping the arm up. Open those emotions. Maybe there's some grief or loss going on. What's the other side of that is love. So feel the divine life flowing in you and all around you. Opening up. So we move in and through these emotions, and then we also witness and observe what's all going on, okay? Through the fullness of our psychological, physical well-being, in and through the thoughts, affect the feelings, affect the behaviors, and then the spiritual awareness, the witness observer, that isn't judging any of it. In true witness, there's no judgment. It's just pure being. It's so wonderful when we can have moments of that. I'm sure we all have. And then inhale coming up. My cat is so great for that, waking me up, right there in the morning, just pure being. All right, we're going to soften that knee and release down. And just feel the effects of that wonderful palms up. Shunya mudra, middle finger, thumb. You probably feel sensation on left and right sides flowing. Stuck, rooting down the back body, earthing, really close connected to the earth. So by doing the yoga, you get you check out that minimum 20 to 30 minute requirement for touching the ground, touching the earth. And then placing the right hand on the belly, the left hand on the heart. So many gifts of the yogis in the central channel. I'll repeat it again. Things, emotions, thoughts, feelings neutralization of the waves of feeling. One definition of yoga, Patanjali, as we breathe in, the belly, the heart, the crown. Breathe out, crown, heart, belly, feet. Several rounds. Hear the oceanic sound. And the neutralization, the Anandamaya kosha, there's the bubble of joy underneath that. It's a neutral of those funky, harder emotions. But then the joy kosha is still here. Energy and joy. Fill your body cells. Usually we say that in triangle, but we can say it now. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Anandamaya kosha. Here underneath the psychological sways of duality. The psychology is filled with likes and dislikes. In yoga, we want to neutralize those. And we're going to go deep now into Shavasana. So if you want to do a Supta Baddha Konasana as part of your Shavasana, the legs up the wall, the bolster underneath the knees, whatever, or your back, get yourself comfortable for the corpse pose. Okay, we're dying to this unnecessary, the untruth of who we are, and we're returning deeply to the our higher self, true self, whatever you call that, whole self. So many names, but it's we know when we're there because we remember. It's a remembrance. Smriti, it's called in Sanskrit. Remembrance of our true nature. All right, we get set up for the recording. Take your time, drink the water, get as comfortable as possible. And yeah. So if it's helpful, we'll take that short, long inhalation, sense the body, and then double breath, short, long exhale, let go. Let's do that, double breath, short and long inhale, tense the body again, vibrate with energy, and then exhale, short, long release, let go. And we'll go from the top down, using the head from side to side. And then the head naturally finds its alignment with the spine. Letting the forehead soften and the eyes, letting them deeply relax, the eyelids, the eyebrows, going within, not externally looking. Remember last week, a simple way to relax is to exaggerate a yawn, opening the upper and lower jaw, and making that sound, that ha sound. You may find after you do one yawn, maybe another one comes. It's your body way of naturally regulating into calmness, peace. Feel the throat chakra, that oceanic sound. Let that calmness vibrate through all the cells of the body, softening the shoulders. This is a melting of stress into the support of the earth, letting the radiant sensation streamline down. Let's first go the right side, the right shoulder, the right elbow, the natural bend of the right wrist, the digits of the fingers, the thumb, and the palm of the hand. Notice sensation there, pulsation, energy, subtle energy, moving more and more subtle from the physical to the subtle. And let's do that left shoulder, ease it away from the ear, feel sensation in the hollow of the left elbow, the left wrist, the left palm of the hand,
the digits of the finger and the thumb. Lunar witness observer. I think today to allow and observe. We do that for 5 seconds. Yes, we can. And coming back into the center, the heart, breathing deeply, letting everything be here, allowing everything to be here as you breathe in to the front, back, sides of the heart and chest. Feel the earth underneath you, supporting you. As you breathe deep into the belly and the ribs, and that belly expand at your natural vibrational pace and movement. Now we'll focus on that right side of the lower body, the right cheek, relaxing the right thigh, right knee, front and back, right calf muscles, ankles, all the way through the soles of the feet, digits of the toes. Relaxed yet aware. And appreciating the solar doer and all the ways her brain, body problem solves and does what it needs in time it needs. But right now, we're going lunar. We're going to the left side, feeling the left cheek, left thigh, left front, back of the knee, left calf, left ankle, all the way through to the soles of the feet, digits of the toes. Left side, relaxed yet aware. Allowing awareness of the entire body, the space underneath you, the space all around you, the space above you. You are the ocean, the wave connected to the ocean. You are one. Realizing that all wisdom and power already exists in your soul. You are submerged in that eternal light. Gently focus at the spiritual eye. Divine light permeates every particle of my being. I'm living in that light. Divine Spirit fills me within and without. We'll affirm that again. Divine light permeates every particle of my being. I am living in that light. The Divine Spirit fills me within and without. You just notice if you want to stay in deep restoration, Shavasana, or if you want to gently return to movement, the choice is yours. If you are transitioning, you'll do so in a way that feels comfortable, of course, resting on your side, symbolic of the deep nurturing you're giving yourself through the practice. Return to wholeness. And you can either send healing energy through sound. Remember, anytime we chant, that is calming and to the nervous system and sending out energy. Every chakra has a sound. Okay. And we'll visualize those that we'd like to send healing energy to at the spiritual eye. You can either rub your hands together or just have the palms open. This isn't about singing, it's about the vibratory energy of the ah sound in the belly, the oh sound in the heart, the sound in the throat, and the focus at the spiritual eye. So visualize those, especially those that are, going through it. And we'll open the palms, send healing energy to them. Slow inhale. And one more time. And bringing your hands in Namaste, bowing to the light within you. That light of consciousness is within you and is in everyone and everything. That is where we are one. So namaste, blessings to you all. There will be a sound here of the ending of the recording, and you can choose to just kind of ease